Earlier this year, I won 4 tournaments and 21 matches in a row, my longest streak ever. And guess in how many of them I was using gut on my strings? That's right, a big fat 0. And that's because I have a new favorite type of string, and in today's video, I'm gonna tell you all about it. Let's go.
If you are new to My Tennis HQ, we do tennis lessons, racket reviews, practices with pro players, and tennis content you won't find anywhere else. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button.
What's up everyone, Karue here, and yes, as many of you noticed on our recent videos, I am not playing with gut anymore. Since I've been playing tournaments again, I've been playing with a full bed of poly. And before we go into this poly strings, I want to talk about why I switched from gut. There's basically 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is very simple. I don't have access to gut, at least not for free, and I don't feel like dropping 50 bucks a set. And reason number 2 is I'm too much of a chicken to actually play with it. My entire life, my setups have been control oriented. I just don't like the feeling of the ball flying on me. So with gut, obviously, playing in practice is easy. You feel great, you're loose, you're just swinging out, the stakes are low. But once you actually go play matches and you don't know exactly how the string is going to react to different scenarios, it's easy to not swing out, not trust the shot, and make a lot of mistakes. And don't get me wrong, I do think playing with gut is special. I think players that can trust it will reap a ton of benefits from using a hybrid setup. But for me, for my style, it just doesn't work as well. Which brings me to my new setup. But before we go into that, I got something for you guys. Haha! Here it is, 100,000 subscribers. We got the plaque. This is really special, gives us fuel to keep going. So thank you very much for your support throughout the years. And of course, this is not just mine, it's a team effort. I have My Tennis HQ is a partnership with Guy. Guy, shout out. You're always doing the work on the background. And Christina as well, who helps us with a lot of the stuff that we do. Thank you very much for this. And if you want us to keep on growing, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It truly helps us. You should sign up for our newsletter. I got something really good cooking there as well. So we'll leave a link down below for that. All right, so my new string setup, what is it? Look, I'm all about soft polys now. I've basically always played with harder strings. Again, because I'm so control oriented, I like to play a little more flattened through the court. So I almost wanted the racket to feel like a board, like the ball wasn't shooting off my strings. But now I'm older and wiser, and let's be real, I just want something a little bit more comfortable. I'm already playing with a racket that is comfortable, but it's a 95 square inches. So I want to balance that out with something a little more soft and easier on the arm. On the first 2 UTR events that I won, I used Technifiber Razor Code 1.25 gauge and strung at 60 pounds. Honestly, I only started using because I ran out of strings and I had a reel of Razor Code sitting around, and I strung with it, started playing with it and liked it. And since I actually played so well in those events and I think played 12 matches, so I ended up running out of Razor Code at the end. So I switched to Hadlich Tour for a little bit. I had a few sets actually that I found. That was a string that I was using basically for the last 2 years. I think it's a really great string. It's not as soft as Razor Code, but still awesome string. I'll leave a link down below. And on my final tournament win and throughout the entire grass court season, I switched to this bad boy here, which you guys can probably guess what it is, right? What is it? Come on, come on, come on. Everyone uses this. Yeah, it's Yonex Poly Tour. This is a really great string. A lot of pros are playing with full beds of Poly Tour, and for good reason. It does its job well. Is it the best string ever? No, but it's soft, it's comfortable, it performs well at a high level, and I truly like this string. At the end of the day, for my style of tennis, a full bed of poly strings is the right choice. With the softer poly, especially Razor Code and Poly Tour, I felt like I was still getting a ton of pop on my serve, kind of almost as big as I was serving with gut. But that extra control that I get from the baseline And it's not like I'm not getting power from the bass line. I still get plenty of power, but there's a little bit of extra control, and I know how the balls are going to react off the strings a little bit better. A big weapon of my game is my depth control. I'm able to hit the ball consistently deep, which is obviously difficult for players to manage. And with gut, it's just sometimes harder to trust the depth because, you know, you might get a flyer, you don't know exactly how the string is going to react on every shot, where with full poly, I just know what I'm getting. And of course, there's the component of choosing a soft string over something a little more stiff. At the end of the day, it's just for more comfort. And these strings are really comfortable. I can play for hours with it, and I don't really have to worry about any soreness. And to be honest, I don't really have that many cons about this setup. I think the only thing is I notice it loses tension maybe a little bit quicker than what I'm used to, definitely more than gut and maybe the stiffer strings. Polytour especially loses tension a bit faster, but that's also because of my setup. Again, I'm playing with a 2023 V-Core 95 at about 60 pounds stringing, depending on the stringing, 58 to 62 depending on the machine. And all the strings I play with are 1.25 gauge, sometimes it's 16L, sometimes it's 17, but 1.25, that's what I play with. All in all, I would highly recommend you trying some of the soft polys. Obviously there's a million of them out there, so you can test them all out. But out of these three, my favorite one is actually Razor Code. I think that's a fantastic string. But now that I'm getting into like trying different strings and stuff, I don't feel like I found the perfect Karue string yet. So I don't know, maybe I should just make one. I honestly kind of like this idea. Should I do it? Would you try it? So let's do something fun. Leave a comment below with your name suggestion. If I were to make a Karue string, what should I call it? I want to read it. I kind of want to have fun with it. Thanks for watching. I'm getting ready for another tournament, so wish me luck playing next week. Hopefully it goes better than the last one I played, which was bad. And I'll see you guys on the next one.